Welcome back, folks. Back to the Barracuda. So, as you know, we're putting our wiring system in. We've got our Dakota digitals that came back, the instrument cluster in. We've got our radio in almost permanently, but not yet. I need to work on a back brace. Our retro radio and our retro radio kick panels. All the radio and everything works. Wiring so far so great. Now, as everybody knows, this is a resto mod, Gen 3 Hemi. We've got AC. Let me tell you, we did our local cruise in this thing in August 30th, I think, something like that. 100 degrees, black car, big block, no AC. It's a factory AC car, but no AC. Oh my gosh. No, gotta have our AC. We just got back from the AHRA Nationals in our Buick, has AC. It was so nice. So we just bought this classic auto air for our 68 Barracuda. So they were really the only ones. You have classic and vintage. So classic, I think Mopar Joe used this on one of his builds for a customer. It turned out great. It was a kit you built, a builder series, I think is what he had. But this one is made for a 67 to 69 Barracuda, a second gen Barracuda. So now that we have where we're at, we're getting everything under the dash all eventually sorted out. We're gonna go through and start putting the air box in for this car. I did not need a compressor, so it was a compressor delete kit and bracket kit. So you save yourself $350 if you've already got an AC compressor set up. Of course, it needs to be, I think this is positive displacement, I can't remember. But I digress. So we're about to get started. Again, obviously the engine's not in it. We're just gonna mount the things mainly inside the car. The air box is really what I'll be working on. So I get all that wired in. So let's see what we got here. And there it is. All right, we've just unboxed everything. I'm gonna assume this is fittings and hoses and everything that we'll be using later on. Hey, they sent me a damn nice shirt. Thank you. Thank you, Classic Air. Wow, how nice. There's the box, right there. Here's one of the wiring harnesses right here. I believe this goes to the controller that I was talking about in one of our other videos. Yeah, this goes to the controller. Here's another one of the, yep. So it's got a box, it looks kind of similar to what we have with the Dakota Digital. Now, and then your vents, your hoses, sweet. Now, we've got to be somewhat strategic in where we're gonna mount stuff, because you gotta remember, we got our Dakota Digital, we've got this, and we've got a Terminator. So, let's get started and let's just see where this thing's gonna end up. First thing they want you to do is remove the glove box door and your original blower motor long time ago. So, in kit A, looks like for a bracket, factory style control. There. There it is. So looking through all of our bags, so forth. So they probably just forgot to put holes. So what does it say? Steps. All right. eBay. It's like an NOS unit. That's probably going to be this right here. I am going to remove the original blower switch right here. Because the other one was bolted down here with an L bracket and use those two black screws. I got mine a little, sanded some stuff off right there. Now it's on there perfect. So stats that attach to this. So I'm going to get the clips order, control module mode. As you guys know, on your regular cable, going to have one of the control mode here. And then on 220, we pulled out bag this, the fresh air inlet block off. There it is.
After you do your first one, that's what I did. I just set it up here, self-tapping screws, and then once I got this one in, I did the same thing. So
now the instructions say they want us to bolt this to the back. Get it back. I'm facing it just like they have it. You lined it up?
Yeah, I have it in.
That's why I'm asking you. Did you see the nut from the other side?
I just don't think...
I can't see anything, so I don't know if it's flush. Oh, right.
I'm feeling.
Okay. No.
Just...
Let me see if I can see something. Now, this is probably where you're going to have more words in your vocabulary system than you thought. This is where you're going to have two people, and you do a lot of cussing. But this is the mounting bracket for the evaporator unit inside the car. Their illustration is nowhere near what we had, but you're going to have somebody roll this thing in. The tubes come through the blower motor hole, and this bracket, I think they're almost 4 inches across from each other. I had Trish articulate it left and right, and all is your best friend here. You get in there and you see this bracket, you get close, use that all to kind of help line it up a little bit, and then have your whoever you're having help, like in this case Trish, I said turn it to your left or turn it to your right. So we found this one, got it bolted in, then I had her turn it back to the right, and sure enough I was able to use the all, and now we got it bolted in here. Now here's another thing. They wanted us to bolt the bracket on. It's probably inside the car here. You come in here and look. I had to take the bracket back off, and there it is there. So here's the unit installed with just those two. And now this bracket here is going to be bolted, I believe, somewhere up, somehow this way or somehow. But there was no way I could roll this thing in with this bracket up here. There was just not enough room. I was going to break tubes. So, again, it's mounted this way. Now we got to get this thing mounted. I can't remember how, but we're going to go ahead and bolt it back in, screw it back in, and see about getting it totally secured. Here we go. Okay, now we've got our bracket on. So if you look inside, this is another challenging thing. I had to put the bracket on after we were able to get the two bolts from the firewall on, and you're going to have to drill a hole in that cowl. Instead of using their little bitty self-tapping screw, I lost it, of course. They made it black where it matches everything. So I found a larger, better self-tapping, not really, it's just a, yeah, I guess you could say it's self-starting screw / bolt with a flange. You see it up there on the cowl. Yeah, so now it is nice and secure. I've actually got it leveled where the drain is at. It's going to drain level, if not towards the front of the car, so everything will evacuate out of the evaporator box. You guys tell me what you think on that. I got it pretty close, but I can do some more leveling. So on to the next part, or the next part, because I don't have the, I'm going to do what I can with what I have, and I'm just going to with bag D. Bag D, I believe, if we can get this bad boy on, and none of that stuff lines up. You're going to do some manhandle. Yeah, we've got that on. Have my clips for my, do the, all right, folks, I think we're going to just call this part one. I think we're going to stop what we're doing because I'm getting where I'm skipping stuff to go here, to go there, because I don't have what I need. But I've got to get the clips so I can finish up the head unit and get it wired in. But you saw what we did. Now, one of the biggest pains in the butt is getting the evaporator unit mounted. We got it mounted. We've got our cover plate on. Now it's ready to get hoses. I temporarily put the drain right there, as you can see down at the bottom. That'll probably change. I'm going to get grommets and whatnot, but steady as she goes. So, yeah, I might as well go ahead and order the battery relocation kit so we can start powering things up without having to bring the test stand over here or jumping it off with another car. But progress is being made, my friends. So we will continue on this. Once we get those clips in, we'll get those on. And here we are, classic air AC unit, heat and AC unit for your 67 to 69 Plymouth Barracuda. Everything's going as planned. So if you can, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks, everybody.